Hello everybody and welcome back to On Point HQ, and a video, or a type of video, I've not done in a little while. Actually showing off some painted German bits and pieces for my late war Germans for bolt action. Recently I've been doing the camouflage videos. I've been taking a trip back in time to ancient Britain with infamy. But I seem to have been overlooking what I think are my favourite videos on this channel, which are stuff to do with bolt action Germans. I just like painting German stuff for bolt action, and this is no exception. So I've been adding some reinforcements to my ever-growing army. Now, two of these are from they've been kit bashed, and I've linked to the specific videos in the description below. If you want to see these, how they were made before they were painted, feel free to womble over to those videos and have a look at them before I splashed some paint on them. Up first though is something not kit bashed. Well, sort of. I've changed the heads, and I've shown one of these off previously in a different video, but this, I'll just mess around with the focus here. This is my completed mounted HQ section. I don't think there's no rules for mounted HQs in bolt action, I am unaware of, but I picked up the mounted SS blister from a trip out to Warlord Games a couple of years ago without any idea what I was going to use it for. So what I've done is I've just changed. I've taken the heads off plastic kits, and I've taken away all the kind of the SS trimmings and markings on the uniforms, and just turned them into late war. Well, we've got a late war officer there with his adjutant, but I just thought it'd be nice to have them something a bit different, mount them on horses. So there we go. I'm not a fan of painting horses, but I'm quite happy with how those two chaps have turned out. What I've done, they are individually based, but and at the moment I'm in the mood for making these these movement tray things, or movement bases. So I've put together a really quick one just to mount these on. I doubt I'll ever actually use these in game, but I just thought they were quite interesting to paint up and bring a bit of unique character and flavour to the army. But I'm quite happy with those. There we go. So that is another HQ section. And speaking of HQ sections, we have another one here. Let's measure on the focus a bit more here. So recently I kit bashed a what I call a higher HQ section. So this is going to be this dude here. Ooh. Focus on this is terrible at the moment. There we go. So he's either going to be a captain or a major. We have his grizzled sergeant there, and then we have the radio operator there. Like I said, I made a video about how I put these together, and I will link to that in the description below. But there we go, that's another HQ section added to the late war Germans. I wanted something a bit different to the I've got a Fallschirmjäger HQ, but I wanted something a little bit different for my bog standard Grenadiers. And there's the completed radio. The aerial is made from, it's a piece of guitar string, and just in passing interest, I have knocked that aerial off the back, the radio. I've lost count how many times this has happened. My hand seems to be magnetically attracted to it, and I'm constantly, so these will be getting put away after this video to protect it from my clumsy hands. But there we go. That is the captain or major HQ section. Quite chuffed with how that turned out. What I'm not happy with though is the head on the officer. I'm either going to repaint it or I'm going to replace it altogether. It's just not doing it for me. It just looks out of place. I'm not quite sure why. I'm pretty sure I've got a better plastic head knocking around to put on there, but that's going to be something we'll be looking at a future date. And last but not least is this, which is the flamethrower team. So I made it when I did the last video with the flamethrower. I just made the flamethrower dude. I hadn't made his assistant or the base or decided what I was going to do with it. But that is the complete model. Again, it's the base is a little bit out there. It's not exactly conducive to comfortable gaming. Let's put it that way. But I think it sets it off quite well. I like making these small teams on bigger bases. And again, this is just made from corkboard, bit of grit, some grey paint and a bit of dry brushing. Bish bash bosh, jobs a good one. So the guy at the back, his assistant, is just a Grenadier with a few bits from the plastic Fallschirmjäger box set. What I'm not, again, I always find things I'm not happy with. I'm not happy with the flesh on these guys. I've started using a different flesh tone that I normally use. Now my normal go-to is Cadian skin tone, Cadian flesh tone Citadel. I've actually been using Vallejo flat flesh because I've been using this on my my Infamy Ancient Britons. I just don't like the way it goes against the green of the uniforms. I mean, these guys have got the Cadian tone. It looks a lot darker, looks a lot better. These, I don't think I'll be using that particular. I mean, it's a good paint. It's good paint for the Britons, but I don't think I'll be using it any further on any of my bolt action figures. Right, well, quick update, done and dusted, just to show you I have not forgotten about my late war Germans. They are still being painted, and I've still got a long list of things that I need to put together and paint. But up next will be again 2 recent kit bashes, which were the veteran Grenadier section and also the Brandenburger section, which I cobbled together recently as well. They're sat waiting some paint to be thrown upon them. But there we go, 3 more additions to my ever expanding German army for bolt action. If you've got any questions or comments about these or gaming in general, feel free to leave them down below, and I'll certainly respond to all comments and questions. Don't forget, there's also a link in the description to our new Facebook group, so womble along and join us there for some wargaming and hobby chat. But as always, thanks for watching. Do take care, make your dice roll well, and I shall catch you all in the next video. So bye bye for now.